Your budget app isn't failing you. It's too easy. Somewhere on your phone, right now, there's a budgeting app you downloaded with real hope. Maybe two of them. You connected your bank, you set the categories, you felt organized for about 11 days. And then you stopped opening it. Be honest. When was the last time? 6 weeks ago? Longer? And every time you notice that little icon, a quiet voice says the same thing. You're just bad with money. Tonight, I want to prove that voice wrong. Because in Japan, there's a money method that has survived for over 120 years. It has outlived wars, recessions, and every app ever built. It uses 4 questions, 4 boxes, and 1 paper notebook. Households across Japan have passed it down from mother to daughter for generations. And the reason it works is the exact reason your apps don't. Stay with me to the end, because I'm going to give you something called the 4 Questions Audit. 1 page, 4 questions, less than 5 minutes tonight. It will show you more about your money than 6 months of app notifications ever did. But first, we need to talk about why everything you've tried has quietly betrayed you. Here's what nobody in the personal finance world wants to say out loud. Automation was supposed to save you. Connect your accounts, let the software sort your spending, get a tidy chart at the end of the month. No effort required. That was the promise. And that was the problem. Because when the tracking happens without you, so does the spending. The app faithfully records the coffee, the impulse order, the 3rd subscription you forgot you had. It watches everything. It changes nothing. You outsourced the awareness, and awareness was the entire point. Think about the last time your app sent you a monthly summary. You glanced at it, maybe you winced, then you swiped it away. Because a notification is easy to swipe away. That's what it was designed for. Now pause here, because I know what you're thinking. The apps aren't the problem. I'm the problem. I just don't have the discipline. Look, if discipline were the answer, one of those 3 apps would have worked. You are not undisciplined. You are a normal human being using tools built to remove friction from your money, when friction was the only thing standing between you and the checkout button. A spreadsheet is a ledger for an accountant. An app is a ledger for an algorithm. Neither one was ever a ledger for a person. The shift. The problem was never your discipline. It was the design. So where did this other way come from? Go back to the year 1904. Japan is changing fast. Cities are growing, prices are climbing, and in most homes, one person carries the entire weight of the household money. Usually a woman. Usually with no bank willing to take her seriously. A journalist named Hani Motoko watched this happening. She was the first female journalist in Japan's history. A woman who had fought her way into rooms that were never built for her. And she published something radical, disguised as something boring. A household ledger. A simple system for writing down money by hand, built around a handful of honest questions. She called it Kakeibo. It means household financial ledger. Just a notebook, just a pen. Picture a small kitchen in Tokyo, 7 in the evening. The kettle is starting to hum. A warm lamp, a low table, and the notebook open to a fresh page, waiting. No dashboard, no sync error, just a person, sitting down with their money like it's someone worth talking to. That scene has repeated itself in Japanese homes for over a century. It survived because it never needed updating. The shift, the most useful money tool of the last 100 years, has no battery, no password, and no upgrade. So how does it actually work? This is where it gets almost suspiciously simple. At the start of each month, before anything else, you sit down and answer 4 questions. Not in your head, on paper, in your own handwriting. Question 1. How much money do I have coming in? Not roughly, actually. Your income minus the fixed things that leave no matter what. Rent, utilities, the payments that are already spoken for. What's left is your real number. Most people have never once written that number down, and it shows. Question 2. How much do I want to save this month? You choose the number before the month begins, not whatever survives at the end. You take it off the table first, like setting aside a plate of food before the guests arrive. What remains is what you actually have to live on. That one move alone changes everything, because saving stops being leftovers and starts being the first serving. Question 3. How much am I actually spending? This is the daily part, and it's the part your thumb will resist. Every time money leaves your hands, you write it down, by hand. And here's where Kakeibo does something quietly brilliant. It doesn't give you 30 categories. It gives you 4 boxes. Box 1, survival. The things that keep your life running. Groceries, transport, the bills. Box 2, choice. The things you wanted. The takeout, the shoes, the little treats. No shame attached, just the truth, in ink. Box 3, culture. And this box is the one Western budgets never have. Books, a museum, a class, music. The Japanese method carves out its own protected space for the things that make you a fuller person. Growth is not a splurge. It gets its own box. Box 4, the unexpected. The car repair, the gift, the things life throws that you didn't invite. 4 boxes. That's the whole taxonomy of your financial life. And when you write a purchase down, you have to decide which box it belongs in. That 2-second decision is the medicine. Was that survival, or was that choice? You'd be amazed how often your pen hesitates. Then question 4, at the end of the month. How can I improve? You look back over the page. You see the month you actually lived, not the month you meant to live. And you choose one thing, not a new personality, one adjustment for next month. Now, pause again, because I can hear it from here. Writing everything by hand? In this economy? That seems backwards. That's the whole reason we built the apps. And you're right. It is backwards. Deliberately. The slowness is not a flaw in the system. The slowness is the system. When you write a purchase by hand, you can't swipe it away. Your own handwriting looks back at you. 60 seconds with a pen creates more awareness than a year of automated charts. Because for those 60 seconds, you and your money are in the same room, and nobody's phone is mediating. The shift. A budget is not a cage for your money. It is a conversation with it. Which brings us to the real question. Why does a notebook from 1904 beat software built by teams of engineers? There's an old Japanese word that explains it. Mottainai. It's the feeling of regret when something valuable is wasted. Not guilt about spending, grief about waste. Food thrown away half-eaten, a good coat left to moths, money that slipped through your fingers without ever being seen. In that way of thinking, waste isn't just a math problem. It's a small disrespect. And here's the uncomfortable part. Money that is never looked at is money that is quietly wasted, almost by definition. When you don't see it, you can't respect it. When you can't respect it, it leaves. Every line you write in that notebook is you telling your money, I see you. That sounds soft. It isn't. It's the mechanism. Awareness spends differently than avoidance does. Not because it's forcing itself, because once you truly see the pattern becomes hard to repeat. Stop here. Let that land. Once you truly see the pattern becomes hard to repeat. And the monthly cycle, the fourth question, the one small improvement, that's another Japanese idea you may have heard. Kaizen, continuous small improvement. Not a dramatic overhaul in January that collapses by March. One notch better every single month, forever. 12 tiny corrections a year will quietly outperform any resolution you've ever made. You don't need a better app. You need a slower pen. So here's what I promised you. The 4 Questions Audit. Tonight, before bed, 1 page. It takes less than 5 minutes. Take any piece of paper. At the top, write the first question. How much do I actually have this month, after the fix things? Write the real number. If you have to open your banking app to find it, fine. That's the last job your phone gets tonight. Below that, the second question. How much do I want to keep? Not a fantasy number. A number that would make you quietly proud on the last day of the month. Write it down. Then the third. Where is it actually going? Don't itemize. Just guess your 4 boxes. Survival, choice, culture, unexpected. Rough numbers, from memory. The gaps in your memory are the most honest data on the page. And the fourth. One thing. What is one thing you'd change next month? 1. Write it. That's it. That single page is a Kakeibo in miniature. And if it stings a little, good. That sting is awareness arriving. It's been waiting a long time for you to open the door. Because you were never bad with money. You were handed tools that kept your money at arm's length, and then told the distance was your fault. Somewhere in Tokyo tonight, the kettle is humming, the lamp is on, and someone is sitting down with a notebook their grandmother would recognize. No dashboard, no password, just attention, given on purpose. You don't need a better app. You need a slower pen. And that app on your phone, the one you haven't opened in 6 weeks, you can delete it tomorrow. Or keep it, honestly, it doesn't matter anymore. It was never the relationship. Tonight, the paper is. So tell me something in the comments. On a scale of 1 to 10, how in control of your money do you feel right now? Just the number, 1 to 10. I read every one, and next month I want you to come back and tell me if it moved. And if someone came to mind while you watch this, someone who keeps saying they're just bad with money, send them this video, not as a criticism, as a door. The notebook is waiting. 4 questions, tonight.